Fireworks are low explosive pyrotechnic devices used for aesthetic and entertainment purposes. They are most commonly used in fireworks displays, also called a fireworks show or pyrotechnics, combining a large number of devices in an outdoor setting. Such displays are the focal point of many cultural and religious celebrations, though mismanagement can lead to accidents. Fireworks take many forms to produce four primary effects: noise, light, smoke, and floating materials, such as confetti. They may be designed to burn with colored flames and sparks including red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and silver. They are generally classified by where they perform, either ground or aerial. Aerial fireworks may have their own propulsion skyrocket or be shot into the air by a mortar aerial shells. Most fireworks consist of a paper or pasteboard tube or casing filled with combustible material, often pyrotechnic stars. A number of these tubes or cases may be combined so as to make, when kindled, a great variety of sparkling shapes, often variously colored. A skyrocket is a common form of firework, although the first skyrockets were used in warfare. The aerial shell, however, is the backbone of today's commercial aerial display, and a smaller version for consumer use is known as the festival ball in the United States. Fireworks were originally invented in China. China remains the largest manufacturer and exporter of fireworks in the world. History: the earliest fireworks came from China during the Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279. Fireworks were used to accompany many festivities, and pyrotechnicians were respected for their knowledge of complex techniques. During the Han Dynasty, 202 BC, 220 AD, people threw bamboo stems into a fire to produce an explosion with a loud sound. Later, gunpowder packed into small containers was used to mimic these sounds. During the Song Dynasty, people manufactured the first firecrackers comprising tubes made from rolled sheets of paper containing gunpowder and a fuse. They also strung these firecrackers together into large clusters, known as bayan, whip, or bayan pow, whip cannon, so they could be set off one by one in close sequence. Colored fireworks were developed from earlier Chinese applications of chemical substances to create colored smoke and fire. Historical texts describe recipes using low-nitrate gunpowder to create military signal smokes with various colors, such as arsenical sulfide for yellow, copper acetate for green, and lead carbonate for lilac white. Fireworks were produced in Europe by the 14th century, becoming popular by the 17th century. By the 18th century, European diplomats and missionaries were reporting on the spectacular nature of Chinese displays. In 1749, George Frederick Handel composed music for the royal fireworks to celebrate the peace treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. Prior to the 19th century and the advent of modern chemistry, fireworks were relatively dull. Major breakthroughs occurred when it was discovered that oxidations with chlorates of barium, strontium, copper, and sodium resulted in intense bright colors, and the isolation of metallic magnesium and aluminum allowed for intense silvery light. Pyrotechnic compounds colors in fireworks are usually generated by pyrotechnic stars, usually just called stars, which produce intense light when ignited. Stars contain four basic types of ingredients: a fuel oxidizer, a compound that combines with the fuel to produce intense heat, color-producing salts, when the fuel itself is not the colorant A binder, which holds the pellet together. Color-producing compounds: color metal example, compounds red strontium. Intense: lithium, medium, strontium carbonate, lithium carbonate, orange calcium, chloride, yellow sodium, sodium, nitrate, green barium, barium, chloride, blue copper, halides, copper, Roman 2 chloride. At low temp, indigo, cesium nitrate, violet potassium, rubidium potassium nitrate, rubidium nitrate, gold charcoal, iron or lamp black white titanium, aluminum or magnesium. The brightest stars, often called mag stars, are fueled by aluminum. Magnesium is rarely used alone due to its inability to form a protective oxide layer. Often an alloy called magnesium is used. Common elements in pyrotechnics: aluminum, Al, used to produce silver and white flames and sparks. Common in sparklers: barium, Ba. Salts are used to create green colors and stabilize volatile elements. Carbon, C, a main component of black powder, propellant fuel. Forms include carbon black, sugar or starch, chlorine, Cl, found in oxidizers like chlorate and perchlorate, copper, Cu, Compounds produce blue colors: iron Fe, powder used to produce sparks; potassium K, found in oxidizers nitrate, chlorate, perchlorate, imparts a faint violet color to sparks; magnesium Mg burns very bright white, used for white sparks or overall brilliance; sodium Na imparts gold or yellow. The color is often so bright it masks other colors. Oxygen O, component of oxidizers; sulfur S, component of black powder; strontium Sr, salts impart a red color; titanium T, burned as powder or flakes to produce silver sparks; zirconium Zr, burns to produce oxides that emit brightly. Used in waterfalls. Type serial fireworks aerial shell. A shell containing pyrotechnic compounds shot upwards by a mortar, explodes high in the sky. Cake, a cluster of individual tubes linked by a fuse that fires a series of aerial effects. Can range from small tubes to massive cakes with over 1,000 shots. Mine explodes from a mortar like a shell, but consists of a canister with the lift charge on the bottom and effects on top, projecting stars or small shells into the sky. Roman candle, a long tube containing several large stars which fire at regular intervals. Skyrocket, a pyrotechnic device with its own propulsion. Ground fireworks firecracker, small explosive devices designed primarily to produce a loud noise. Sparkler, a handheld firework that burns slowly while emitting colored flames, sparks, and other effects. Fountain, a device that projects a spray of sparks. Smoke ball, produces colored smoke. Public display visual effects peony, a spherical break of colored stars that burn without a tail effect. The most common shell type, chrysanthemum, similar to a peony but with stars that leave a visible trail of sparks. Dahlia, similar to a peony but with fewer, larger stars that travel longer distances. Willow, long-burning silver or gold stars that produce a soft, dome-shaped weeping willow effect. Palm, large comet stars arranged to burst with large tendrils, often with a rising tail to simulate a trunk. Crossette, stars travel a short distance before breaking into smaller stars, creating a crisscrossing grid effect. Camuro, a dense burst of glittering silver or gold stars leaving a heavy trail, resembling a haircut. Ring, stars arranged to create rings, hearts, or smiley faces. Spider, fast-burning stars burst hard to travel straight and flat before falling, looking like spider legs. Horsetail waterfall, heavy long-burning stars that travel a short distance before free-falling. Salute, intended to produce a loud report rather than a visual effect, usually contains flash powder. Audio effects bang, the most common effect, a loud report crackle, produces a crackling sound. Hummer, tiny tubes ejected into the air spinning to create a whizzing hum. Whistle, high-pitched screeching created by the resonance of gas from rapid bursts of fuel. Safety and environmental impact. Improper use of fireworks is dangerous, posing risks of burns, wounds, and fires. To prevent accidents, use is restricted in many countries. Effects on animals. Birds and animals can be frightened by the noise, leading them to run into danger or abandon nests. Dogs frequently experience anxiety. Studies show that on New Year's Eve, birds may fly up to 500 kilometers nonstop to escape human settlements, and significantly more birds are in flight than on typical nights. Pollution. Fireworks cause sharp increases in local particulate matter, PM2.5, and heavy metals in the air and water. Smoke may aggravate asthma and respiratory conditions. Residues containing toxic compounds like antimony sulfide or arsenic can harm aquatic life. Perchlorate salts, used as oxidizers, can contaminate groundwater and drinking water, inhibiting thyroid function. Most consumer fireworks also leave behind non-degradable plastic debris. Noise. Fireworks contribute to noise pollution, which can distress individuals with PTSD or hyperacusies, sound sensitivity. Proximity to explosions can cause hearing damage. Some displays are now designed to be silent or quieter to mitigate these effects. Government regulations. Australia, illegal in most states without a license, except for the Northern Territory on Territory Day. Canada, commercial use requires a fireworks operator certificate. Regulations cover mortar setup distances and safety. Chile, possession and use prohibited to unauthorized individuals. European Union aims to harmonize safety policies. Belgium, regulations vary by municipality. Germany, amateurs 18 plus can buy Category F2 fireworks for New Year's. Netherlands, sale restricted to 3 days before New Year's. Age limit 16 Ireland. Illegal without a license. Heavy fines apply. UK, strict regulations on sale and use times, e.g., prohibited 11 p.m. 7 a.m., with exceptions for Guy Fawkes, Diwali, New Year. New Zealand, sale restricted to days around Guy Fawkes Day. Age limit 18 United States, laws vary by state. The CPSC regulates consumer fireworks federally. Currently, 46 states allow some form of consumer fireworks. Celebrations Australia. New Year's Eve, Sydney, and Australia Day. Canada, Canada Day, Halloween, Vancouver. Montreal Fireworks Festival, Catalonia. Corifaq fire runs where devils dance with spinning fireworks. La Padam Festival, France. Bastille Day, July 14. India, Diwali Festival of Lights. Japan, Summer Fireworks Festivals, Hanabi Teikai, notably the Sumidagawa Fireworks Festival, Malta. Village Feasts and the Malta International Fireworks Festival, Singapore. National Day and New Year celebrations. United Kingdom, Guy Fawkes Night, November 5, celebrating the foiling of the gunpowder plot. United States, Independence Day, July 4. The Walt Disney Company is the largest consumer of fireworks in the world, pioneering compressed air launch systems. Fireworks sales in the United States. Consumer fireworks sales have surged since the COVID-19 pandemic. Sales doubled from $1 billion pre-pandemic to $2.3 billion in 2020. Projections forecast sales reaching $3.3 billion by 2028.